his son? Oh my God, what is he on this morning?
I don't know. It's 8 o'clock.
Excuse me, I got to move Simba here. There we go. That was going to get really distracting.
It's 8 o'clock. We're up. We're cleaned up. We've been shopping.
We have been shopping. What did we buy?
Eye stuff. She bought some makeup.
Eye makeup and a gift for somebody that we're not going to talk about yet.
A gift for...
just a little gift. A thank you gift.
Yes.
But that's not what this video is about.
No.
We have a really cool story to tell you.
The Force is with us.
So, you know, part of our big adventure is that we wanted to meet new people and see new things and experience new things.
Yes.
And so behind us, that building right there is a Walmart. This is where we stayed last night.
We spent the night here.
In this parking lot. And we are in, where are we at?
Spring Lake, North Carolina.
And why did we come to Spring Lake, North Carolina?
Okay, so
let me tell you.
Let me
explain the story.
So in 1992, I joined the Army, and I was in the military until 1995, and I was stationed on Fort Bragg, and the very first place that my wife at the time and I lived was Spring Lake, North Carolina.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, I am the second wife.
And the best of...
It's not a competition, but...
It's not a competition, but you win. So anyway... No, my ex-wife is a wonderful person. I was going to say... She is a very, very sweet person. We just didn't get along.
They weren't meant to be married people. We just weren't meant
to be
not together.
But anyway, we get along great now. But that's beside the point. That's not the story.
We get along really well.
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact,
we're
staying at her house. So anyway...
when we're in South Carolina.
When we're in South Carolina. So I wanted to come back, and this was, 25 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
So
roughly.
Around 25 years ago is when I was living here. And I wanted to come back and see the old stomping grounds neighborhood of it doesn't look anything. I don't recognize a single thing. This place is blown up. It's huge. There was nothing here when I lived here. Now there's everything. I mean, it's just massive.
Like there's a Walmart behind us. There's a Dollar Tree right over there. There's a dental office. There's a nail spa.
This was all woods. This was all
There's
woods.
hotels. There's like multiple huge hotels around us.
It's just crazy. But anyway, so we went into the Walmart this morning to get a few things and
kill a little time, go to the bathroom.
So anyway, we're going through line, and we'll just let you pick up from there.
So I'm in one of the...
Oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So anyway, part of this whole story, a little backstory here. So when my wife and I and kids lived in Spring Lake, we rented a trailer on Grog Street behind the house of a mechanic that worked in the motor pool for my unit. Now, at the time, this was 1992 to 1993, 94, somewhere around there is when
So you lived there about a year.
About a year or so. Anyway, it was the only trailer on Grog Street, the only one. As a matter of fact, Grog Street was a dirt road back then. And you actually had to go through the woods, down a dirt road, a dirt path to actually get to Grog Street. It's not like that now, apparently. But anyway, now you can tell your story.
And my turn. So I'm in one of the scooters, and he's handling the checkout. I'm just at the end of the lane. And when I actually first walked in this morning, this sweet lady, like, I'm clearly walking in sleep, right? Like, I'm like, trying to get to the bathroom. And she's bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, beautiful voice, and says, "Good morning, young lady." And I'm like, "Well, good morning. Thank you," you know. So fast forward to we're checking out, and I'm at the end of this lane, and she comes back up. She goes, "So how are you doing?" You know, and just kind of started talking. And I was rubbing my shoulder because my shoulder was kind of hurting, and she, you know, I think she was trying to distract me a little bit, to be honest with you. She's like, "Are you okay? How are you doing?" So we just started talking, and I said that, well, we're here because my husband was stationed at Fort Bragg, and he used to live here. And that was before me, and I wanted to see the stomping grounds, because I've heard stories upon stories upon stories. I wanted to see what he was talking about. Well, then hubby gets done, and hubby comes over, and he mentions Grog Street, and then...
And she says, hey, I used to live on a trailer. I used to live in a trailer on Grog Street. And I described the area.
And she's like, yeah,
and
that's it.
She goes, yeah, that's the house.
That's the house. 99% sure. Now, obviously, neither one of them can remember the address, but 99% sure.
Well, I lived there, like I said, 25 years ago. She lived there 15 years ago. And at the time I was there was only one trailer on Grog Street. Only one.
Yeah.
And I described the house and how the trailer
there
was
a
set.
house and then the trailer was sitting behind.
It was sitting
house.
behind yeah. She described it exactly the way I did. We both have exact memories of the same place. I think, honestly, 99%.
Oh, I think it's the same.
She
place.
lived in the trailer that I lived in.
So what? Her name is Miss Linda.
What's the odds of finding that?
How crazy cool is that, though?
Yeah.
Like, just so. And this is one of the stories. Look what the story we now have for the rest of our life. We've made a new friend. We're trying to friend each other on Facebook, but Facebook is...
It's not letting either one of them do that.
It's not popping up with the friend request tab. I don't know. She's going to try to figure out on her computer. I will try to figure it out on a computer because our phones, neither one were letting us do it. I will have a picture of her on my Facebook. I'll put it on Instagram of her and hubby. And it's just...
She was a very sweet person.
She was so
wonderful.
Sweet. I'm just blown away by the experiences we're already having on this trip.
Yeah. I mean, like after 25 years, I actually met the person that moved into that trailer after I was there.
Well, at some point after you were there, yeah.
Well, she lived there 15 years ago, and I lived there...
But I'm saying there was a 10-year gap between you were there and she
was there.
Well,
there was a 5-year gap.
No.
15-year gap.
You were there
10-year gap.
25 years ago. She was there 15 years ago. That's a 10-year gap.
Okay, fine.
Either way, at some point after you were in it, she was in it.
Yeah,
and
she says that trailer's still sitting there, too.
It's just mind-blowing. We did this. We took off on this grand adventure, this big adventure, this crazy adventure to have these experiences of meeting new people, seeing new things. And I don't think there's been a day yet where we haven't
we've had
something cool,
something
or
super cool, interesting,
fun. Or seen something.
Yes.
I'm
I will
so
say
happy that we did this.
I'm
so
absolutely
happy that we did this.
I agree. So when we called Walmart because we didn't see any semis or any RVs.
Normally you can tell. Now I hope the camera doesn't cut off, but that was the story time. So if my phone says, "Oh, that's enough videos," and stops, that was the whole story.
So we crashed here in the parking lot. So I went in because we tried to call and they weren't sure, but I went in and asked one of the manager ladies, and she said as long as we parked way out here, she gave me specific directions.
Yeah, specific row of parking that you're allowed to park in.
She said, well, you guys can stay for 4 days. I said, well, we're just going to be overnight and then we're taking
just
off.
Passing through.
She goes, make sure you lock your doors and we're not responsible for anything that happens. We're like,
Kind of freaked us out a little bit.
So it did kind of freak us out a little bit.
I slept in the front seat, actually, because I was really worried.
Every little noise woke me up.
Both of us. Like, every noise.
So, anyway, I feel refreshed, though. I mean, I slept
I'm still a little sleepy. Enough.
But they have these annoying freaking lot cops out here. And what they are is some kind of computerized camera system that runs off of solar that flashes blue lights, flashing blue lights all night, and it yells stuff. It yells stuff at you.
I don't know. Was it those? I don't think it was those things yelling because now I'm not hearing it.
Well, I don't know, but anyway,
I never could decipher.
There was a lot of like bullhorn type noises coming from up there. Anyway, so I took a picture of the lot cops taking a picture of me.
Between that and something we don't have in Kokomo anyway is lot cleaners. Like they're out cleaning the parking lots of all of the
out in the middle of the night.
Around here.
They had big blowers, and I mean noisy ones too.
Like big, huge, heavy-duty leaf blowers and
they were
street
noisy.
Sweepers and.
So anyway, it was. I
managed to catch a couple of hours here and there, but it's not like a full-on refreshing sleep. It'll be nice. I feel
fine.
Back at Camp Ex-Wife and
Camp Ex-Wife
and I couldn't remember. Is it X-ray? Hold on, don't tell me. whiskey. Right?
Yes.
X-ray
Yes.
whiskey.
So Camp X-Ray
I got
Whiskey.
it!
So yes.
And I had to remember the movie WTF.
Oh, okay.
to remember the whiskey.
Hey, as long as you got it. As long as you got
I'm
X-ray.
like, wait, it's that movie. It's
X-ray
that movie.
whiskey. So yes. She came up with that. That's good.
You
Camp
like that?
X-Ray Whiskey. Yeah.
Well, you name everything.
I do. I name everything with that. all of my sites that I camp at and stuff I do. Yeah.
Crack
Yeah.
myself.
I have to, that was good.
I
like
need
that.
more sleep. Oi. Okay, so I want to show you guys this.
Okay, she wants to show you that.
Hold on. I gotta turn that.
So while we're here today,
So can you turn the can? There we go.
I can fix it. Hold on.
So yesterday we met with my friend. There you go. Just turn it. It was turning fine.
There you go.
Met with my friend Karen, who I went to high school with. Thank you. And she lives in Wisconsin. But her oldest child, Mr. Jacob, and his beautiful whoa, hello. There's the ceiling. Hey, I'm back. Actually live down here in North Carolina. And
Somewhere around the Raleigh-Durham area.
yeah, I'm not going to give away his exact city because they're very private people. But
Somewhere around there. I don't know.
I'm not even going to say his wife or kids because I don't know how. Remember, I questioned putting them on social media. Like
That's true. That's true.
I'm like, hey Karen, can I post those pics that we took? But and that's fine. Like, I'm not saying anything bad about that.
They were very nice and sweet
oh
people.
my God. So I am so okay. So
He remembered me by.
okay, hold on. You
Okay.
tell in a minute. So a little bit of backstory. Like I said, Karen and I went to school together. When Karen moved back to Indiana from Oklahoma, I took care of her kids for her. I babysat her kids for her. And Jacob at the time was like 4, maybe 5. Wasn't even in school yet. And then her second was, and I'm not using his name because
I'm gonna have. Well, then I can't tell my story. It won't make sense.
Well. Oh, I guess it's okay because we're not giving away last names. But anyway, her second boy, Luke, was like 2 or 3. So